Hello and welcome to another update on Solana. I'm here on the daily chart and we want to take a look at the levels that now matter for the coming week. Obviously, new trading week is incoming. In some time zones, we've already arrived in a new week, but I would say as we're heading closer to the weekly candle close, expect maybe some volatility. The weekend was extremely slow. Really extremely slow, no movements at all across the sector, maybe a slight downside, but overall, yeah, quiet. We're going to take a look at what that means on the smaller time frame. Here, looking at the daily time frame, I mean, you know, it's really done what it needed to do over the recent weeks to keep the bullish perspective alive. Just want to take the opportunity to highlight, because some of you have asked me on Discord about it, on our Discord server, what would be a bearish alternative? What if we break below this micro support zone that we talk about every single day on the smaller time frame? So I thought about, let's say, a short-term bearish scenario, which, I'm not putting on the chart right now, but it's like, what would be the next best bullish scenario? I just wanted you to hear it, especially because I was asked by a couple of members. It's just important to understand, I think, that we're dealing with a 5-wave move up from the June low, yeah? Best I can tell. And it would be an ending diagonal pattern. And diagonals, they are really subject to interpretation, and we have to be more flexible because they change a lot, because the subwaves are all corrective. So that's all normal. So that's, because of that, we need some kind of a fallback option, a plan B, right? What if we don't break out higher more directly? And to be honest, if Bitcoin, for example, forms a top in that B wave that we talked about in the video today, then also Solana might, give us a bit of a pullback. Would that really threaten the bullish scenario? Would that really change a lot? And I don't think so. I mean, what it changes is the direct move to the upside is just slowed down a bit, yeah? We would, of course, move back into a local downtrend, maybe something that we saw after the July highs, maybe something that we saw after the May highs. But you see, the downtrends, the local downtrends, the pullbacks, they have become smaller and smaller and smaller. So it might also be a rather small pullback. But the next best bullish option I can offer would be a pullback potentially to this trend line here and then continuation. How could that happen? It might mean that what I'm tracking as an ABC structure to the upside, yeah, is in which we're already in an extended C wave. Well, it might be that the A wave only topped here. The B wave comes next, and then we get a C wave. Would it change anything you see here? No. It would rather open the door maybe for those who missed the boat, would like another entry, looking for a pullback setup at least, yeah. Would offer an opportunity for those traders, yeah. And then we might see a test of that trend line around $200. If we add the relevant fib levels to the chart, then you can see here that the 50% retracement is in that area around $198, $199. So that's where the price could test the lower boundary level and a Fibonacci level. I like that. Yeah, it would look harmonic. But for now, let's leave it as it is, because we haven't broken below any micro support level, right? Price continues to push higher, and I would first want to see how the market reacts to this upper trend line. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame, because here the price is indeed testing a trend line. That's here the upper micro trend line, you could say, the intraday trend line. But we've now broken below it. That's not a major surprise. It's not really a meaningful one. The trend line I showed you on the daily chart is actually this one, the lower one. And it cuts right through our Fibonacci support area. It's kind of located between $223 and $229. So I would pay attention to this area. In the very short term, we might still be in a wave forward. Talked about that yesterday. But we haven't really seen much movement over the weekend, right? I think another low is likely, maybe even a test of the $229 level, maybe a little lower. We'll stay close to this for now. The idea is that as long as we are holding above $217, even though that would be quite deep for a fourth wave, but still valid, as long as we're holding above that level, the idea here of a wave 4 pullback is the leading scenario. Below $217, I think we will have to focus on the scenario in which we could test this lower trend line again around, maybe $190 to $200, depending on when we reach it. I will then add the next support area to the chart, but for now we haven't even tested this trend line here. So that might come next. Of course, I'm going to watch for signals that the next rally has started. For now, seems like we're still caught here in a wave 4 sideways chop. And honestly, I can't even rule out that this turns into some kind of a triangle pattern. Something to keep in mind, because the move down doesn't really look clearly impulsive. The move up looks like a 3-wave move. And so, we have to be a bit flexible here. Support is clearly defined. Overall, I'm still in favor of upside continuation, as I've been over the last few weeks. So no change, but I think in the very short term, at least the potential for another pullback is quite high. I'll keep you updated about that. Any signals that we've bottomed will be obviously communicated first on Discord. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, make sure to check out our membership options. Also, I would invite you to join us on X for additional updates, charts, news, and also videos. So there are sometimes videos that we don't even cover on YouTube. So check it out. Link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.